Hey guys, so I just wanted to work a couple of examples really quickly because I feel like on the sheet there was really only like one example. And so I just wanted to kind of get you thinking and getting you doing these correctly. So let's start with the first one. We have the amplitude, period, horizontal, and vertical shift. I think the easiest to start with is the vertical shift. That's what's ever being added or subtracted on the outside, which is nothing here. So there is no vertical shift. Moving on, we have amplitude, which only affects sine and cosine. And since this is cosine, we'll have an amplitude of 5 here. All right, our period is going to be 2 pi over b, 2 pi over b. And since b is just 1 in this case, we will have 2 pi over 1, which the period will just be 2 pi. Now for the horizontal shift, since there is no b on the inside, well, b is just 1, it's just going to be c, which is positive 5 pi over 6. Since it's positive and the inside lies, that means we will be going left and not right. All right, we're going to move down to the bottom one. So we have sine here, the amplitude. The amplitude is still going to be 1 here, because technically, I mean, it is still a 1 in front of the sign. You can't say none because there's still sine, and it would be like 0 sine if it were none. Or it would have to be like tangent, cotangent, cosecant, secant. And since it is sine, even though there's no 1 there, it's still going to be 1. All right, let's move on to the period. Period is going to be 2 pi over b, and we got lucky here again. There's no b, so it's just going to be 2 pi over 1, which is 2 pi. All right, our horizontal shift is what's on the inside. So we have pi over 6 since there's no b. And it is subtraction, so that's the right. And then we have a minus 2, so we're also being shifted down 2. All right, and then on to number 10. Be very careful when you see this because this is a 5 plus sign. So technically, I mean, I like to just move it over to the back and get it out of the way. So I'm not thinking like 5 sign. And because of that, the amplitude is just 1. Since it is a plus 5, we'll go ahead and write that as up 5 here. And our period is going to be 2 pi over b. We actually have a b this time. It's 8. So 2 pi over 8. So our period is actually just pi over 4. All right, and then the horizontal shift is going to be c over b. So this one's going to be kind of funky, but that's okay. We have 3 pi over 4 over b, which is 8. And then when you rewrite that, it's actually going to be 3 pi over 32. And since it is adding, that'll be a shift to the left. All right, and then one more. So this is a 1 over 10 times tangent. Oh, but this is tangent. It's not secant or cosecant. Therefore, there will be no amplitude. All right, our period is going to be 2 pi over b, which is just, again, going to be 2 pi. Our horizontal shift is going to be b over c, which is just going to be pi over 3. And since it's minus, that means we will go right. And we are not adding or subtracting anything on the outside, so there is no vertical shift. So hopefully that helped a little bit on just working a couple of examples.